Alors, on a le top de la technique, donc on va pouvoir commencer.
Right, so the tech guys say we can get going. Thank you to everyone for staying through the end for this last presentation. The topic being, will we be vegan in 2015? So we get about a half hour, 40 minutes. So I'm Sophie de Renal. I'm at Nutra Marketing. I'm the head of marketing there. We do three things. We do cover innovations, new products, new ideas, consumers. We do many things. Legislation, science, trends, and we guide innovation. And perhaps you followed me today or my colleague. In addition to food innovation, we do communication on and advertising on nutrition. But here we're talking about the vegan trend, and I'm sure you've heard this already. I'm sure you saw this on the trade fair floor. There are a lot of vegan topics, and there's a vegan solution in almost at every stand. Right or wrong, I'm not in the debate, but plant-based products have a more positive, healthy image than animal products. So the main driver there for growth of the trend is vegetarians, vegans, flexitarians, so superfood, like superheroes, right? It's very marketing. And market growth in the meat replacement, and dairy products, and plant-based protein. So when you have the WHO that says, okay, processed meat products probably cause cancer, and maybe red meat does too, well, that opens up the green carpet, not red carpet, but the green carpet to the plant-based producers. Many scientific studies have shown that plant-based diets can improve diabetes markers or lower cholesterol, or also generate cost savings for the healthcare systems because it improves health generally. So eat more vegetables, eat more plant-based products. That's better. That's what everyone says. So more and more. If you look at the number of products launched, here we have a graph coming from Innovate Market Insights, with the covers over 250 products every year. You can see the number of launches, beverages, or food products with vegan position, vegan base, are growing by about 40% per annum. So you can see that the offer is, the supply is increasing, so that means the market is increasing. Now, positioning, percentage-wise, we see in Europe, 2013, the vegan positioning was 1.5%, now it's 7%. In North America, 7.5% of the new launches are vegan. This is just new products. It's not the basic products in the store, existing products. So these are the markets impacted. Snacking, you can see it was 12%. 11.3, so it's about similar, it's flat. What you see in the prepared dishes, 6 to 8%, 11.8%. So it's a lot of markets impacted. And also, some markets that are pretty sharp, they've always been vegan, but now, before they weren't communicating on it much, but now, consuming increasing vegan products. These people are really spotlighting that. 2% in the world are vegan, mostly young. 6% in the US. 5% of the world is vegetarian. We thought it was more like 3%, but in France it's like 3%. What motivates them to consume vegan or vegetarian products? They say taste, first and foremost. And then animal well-being, culture, religion. In India, they're plant-based products, of course. Health and the environment. Health, you see 17%, taste, 33%. So you can see a good breakout there. If you look in Europe, the percentage of people who consider themselves vegetarian, vegan, or halal,
ça reste tout ça des produits de niche.
You can
Si
see
on-
they're niche
si on
products for the
reste
most
sur
part.
le pur vegan ou le pur
If you look
végétarien.
at pure vegan or pure vegetarian.
Ce qui va nous intéresser un peu plus, ce sont les flexitariens.
What
Donc,
we're
les gens qui
interested
vont réduire
mostly
leur
are
consommation
these
de produits
flexitarians. These are
animaux,
people
notamment
reducing
de
their
viande, mais sans passer
animal
complètement végétarien ou
consumption
complètement
without
vegan. Donc, c'est
shifting
23%
to complete
de flexitariens
vegetarians
dans le
or
monde,
vegans.
déjà
So
34% en France, déjà
23% across the
69% en
world,
Allemagne.
64%
Donc là, on est
in
déjà
France,
sur,
69% in
plus grand
Germany.
type
People
de
consider themselves
population.
flexitarians.
Et en France, la part des produits d'origine animale, donc
Well, in
produits carnés
France,
comme les
animal-based
produits laitiers,
products,
les
be
œufs, tout
it
ça, dans les dépenses
seafood,
des foyers français,
dairy,
qui se
whatever.
réduit
You can see the reduction,
de 1%,
the decrease of
1,2% entre 2013 et 2017,
1.2%
c'est pas non
between
plus
2013
une
2017.
catastrophe.
That's not
On
catastrophic.
reste avec quand même beaucoup de consommateurs qui continuent
A lot of consumers are still eating animal products, with a third of the households declaring that they limit their animal protein consumption. So the flexitarian would be younger people. 19% are under 35. They were 14% in 2015.
On voit un plus fort pourcentage chez les
So we see a higher
65 ans,
percentage
évidemment,
of the over
où, à un moment
65s,
donné, on réduit sa part de, notamment
where they
de viande,
reduce their
plus
meat
pour des questions
consumption,
de mastication
really
et
for a
de
matter of
texture,
mastication or
plutôt que,
chewing and
pour
texture,
vraiment
as
des
opposed to
raisons d'ordre santé ou
health
environnemental,
reasons or
etc.
environmental reasons.
On a un peu moins des 2% des ménages français qui se disent végétariens.
So
Si on compare
about
avec les
2% of the
Britanniques, c'est
French
5%.
households declare
Donc,
themselves as
voilà,
a vegetarian,
on peut dire que les
5%
pays
in
anglo-saxons sont
Britain,
plus
in the
touchés par
UK.
cette tendance,
The
végétarienne,
Anglo-Saxons
végane
are
que
impacted more
nous.
so than
Mais vous voyez
the
que
French.
depuis 2005, ça a
You can see
légèrement
since
progressé,
05,
mais
there's been
finalement pas
a
tant que ça.
slight
Et donc,
increase.
voilà, ça reste, encore une fois, j'y repense, mais c'est
I'm thinking
des
about this,
produits
but
vraiment de niche.
they're really niche products now. Flexitarian,
Et on voit que
34%.
c'est plutôt des bio-citoyens.
And these are
plus-
bio-citizens,
voilà,
organic
ça marche avec
citizens,
les
if you
bio,
will.
ça marche avec,
So they eat organic food,
encore une fois, les
they,
seniors sont aussi
the
peut-être plus
seniors
flexitariens, même
are a
parce
bit
pour
more
des questions,
flexitarian for other reasons,
de mâchabilité et tout ça.
in
C'est
terms
plutôt
of
des
their
CSP,
ability to
avec
chew
des
and that.
gens qui ont
So,
fait des études supérieures aussi.
and we have
qui sont,
higher education
flexitariens.
people
Si
who
on
are
regarde
flexitarian.
au Royaume-Uni, où il n'y a que
If you look at the
21%
UK, you have
des individus,
21%
par rapport à nos 34%,
compared to our
qui réduisent la
34%
consommation
who are
de
reducing
de
their
viande.
meat
On voit que
consumption.
c'est les motivations,
You see
à
the
la fois,
motivations
c'était une
are
question économique.
economic.
En 2014, vous voyez
In
qu'on
2014, you
réduisait
can see
la
that
consommation de viande parce que c'était vraiment
the
très
meat
cher.
consumption dropped because it was
Aujourd'hui,
very
c'est plus pour des
high,
questions de
whereas
santé.
now the costly, whereas now it's more a matter of health care.
Le profil des véganes en France,
The
donc là,
vegan profile
plutôt,
in France,
homme-femme, c'est, vous voyez, 37-39%.
man, woman, 37-39%, you can see relatively even. Age groups, you can see the over 55s.
Une majorité, alors les 25-34 ans
So
sont plutôt à
25-34, there's
42%,
42%
plutôt côté vegan food
for
par rapport
vegan
aux plus âgés.
food compared to
Si
the
on regarde le
older
marché,
people. If you
donc là,
look
ce
at the
sont des données
market,
de chez Mintel.
these are
Vous voyez que
this
c'est
is
en
Mintel
Allemagne,
data. Here in
aux
Germany
États-Unis, en
and
Royaume-Uni,
US and
et où il y a le
UK,
plus de lancements
we
de
have
produits
the
vegan. Donc,
greatest number of
on va
vegan
retrouver cette
launches.
tendance avec des pays, alors à la fois anglo-saxons puis les Allemands qui sont
So you see this with
encore
the
une fois les plus
Anglo-Saxon
flexitariens d'entre
countries,
nous.
Anglo-American
Et
and the
donc,
German
forcément, c'est logique, le
countries
plus grand
are
nombre de produits lancés.
higher. They're
Là,
better
c'est
at
pour
this than
l'année
we are. They're more advanced
2016.
than we are, with a greater number of
Avec
product
plus,
launches.
50% d'allégations
So with
sur les
over
protéines
50%,
végétales, un marché pour les
plant-based
alternatives aux produits
potential.
laitiers qui dépasse les 16 milliards de
So
dollars.
over
Alors, ça peut
17
paraître
billion
beaucoup. Moi, je
USD.
compare toujours avec le bio, par exemple.
Seems like a lot, but I compare with
16
the organic.
milliards,
You have
nous,
16
rien qu'en
billion.
France, on est à 7
In
milliards
France, we're
d'euros
at
pour
7
le
billion
marché
euros
du bio.
for the
Donc moi, ça me paraît
organic
quand même
market.
pas
So
une-
that
voilà,
doesn't
ça-
seem
c'est
that
16 milliards
huge to me.
ça
Okay,
fait déjà quelque chose.
16 billion
Mais
dollars, that's a
c'est
lot,
vraiment
but
une petite niche par rapport
I think it's a small niche
à tout le marché alimentaire
compared to
mondial
the whole
qu'on connaît. Les
worldwide
substituts de viande, c'est encore pire,
market. Now,
puisque
if
le
you
marché
look
mondial
at the meat
devrait
substitutes, that's
atteindre,
even
va
worse
dépasser
because
légèrement
the
les 5
global
milliards de
market
dollars
should
d'ici 2020.
exceed
Donc, on
5
voit que
billion
ça
between now and
reste vraiment des
2020,
choses assez faibles. Et
but it's relatively
une
low.
une des menaces sur ce
One of
marché-là,
the
c'est
threats
que
on
pour
this
faire un
market,
burger
though, is
végétal,
to produce a
on est
veggie
très loin,
burger.
ça rentre en frontal avec la tendance naturalité et la demande des
It's
consommateurs
in
pour avoir
direct
des
competition
listes
with the
d'ingrédients les plus
natural
simplifiées possibles.
trend,
Parce que pour faire
because
un burger
you have to have
végétal, il
the
va
list of
falloir une
ingredients with
protéine
the
végétale,
least
évidemment,
number of ingredients. You have to have vegetable protein. You have to have flavors and spices and, okay, maybe natural, but the ingredient list is going to be much longer than a pure beef chopstick where you have 100% beef, right? Yeah, that's part of the landscape. It does provide a variety. Some people like it, some people like the taste, and it does answer the question, what am I going to make them for dinner tonight? It gives you an additional idea, but it's still a niche market. Now, if you look next to that, at our meat consumption in France, this holds in France more, but not less than the US, 100 kilos per year per habitant. We lost 20 kilos of meat consumption since 2013. If you compare that to wine, same curve, we see the drop in the amount of wine consumed, but the quality is increasing. We realize that, not just in France, but across the world. In your supermarket, you have specific races, specific breeds of meat, specific cuts. So there's a ramping up of the quality. It's becoming more premium, just like with wine. So better, more expensive. So the revenue should be relatively similar. So a few examples of products here. The Impossible Burger. They have vegan, vegetable, plant-based burgers that almost like bleed, so very close to real, quote-unquote, burgers. And just a word here as regards to legislation, the meat markets have not succeeded where dairy products have. Because, you can't say plant-based cheese or plant-based milk, because if you say milk, cheese, all of that, those are animal-based only. Meat, you can say a veggie steak, a veggie burger, veggie nuggets. So it's just a matter of names, but it's important. I think it holds, it counts. If you look at the market of meat substitution, you can see the market in Europe, Asia. You can see a drop in launches since 2014. In North America, relatively flat as well. So it's all taking place here in France with things based on beets, veggie bacon, seaweed. Veggie bacon may sound a bit funny, but things like hemp and all kinds of superfoods and these meat substitutes. If we look at the French market, 24% households bought this. And you can notice that all of the former meat producers, Gaulois, Feuilles Michon, or seafood producers are on board with the plant-based. You have the big retailers, Carrefour, Auchan, everyone has their own plant-based product range, and you see that everyone is offering all these solutions. But it's a 30 million euro market in 2016, huge increase, if you will, but 30 million across the world. Let me come back to my organic market that was 7 billion. It's not a lot. We're about half the market of gluten-free, which is also a niche market. If you look at the dairy alternative products, closer to 20 billion in 2020, double-digit growth as well. Now, if soya was the leader, up to present is still leader in France. Almond milk in the US has a 60%. You're not supposed to say almond milk, you're supposed to say almond-based beverage, right? Whereas soy only has a third of the market, less than a third. So almonds in California had fantastic marketing there behind them. And if you look at healthy food, if you look 10 years ago, I'm shocked, but almonds, coconuts, avocados, all of the nuts, they were to be avoided. Nutritionists said, no, don't eat those, they're very fatty and they're not good for you. Whereas now, these are the leading ingredients, they're the must-haves. It's coconut also, coconut across the board, coconut oil, anyway. We're not here to discuss and debate. That's just amazing to see that all these products have come back in fashion again. And it could be hemp,
des boissons à base de cajou, beaucoup de choses comme ça.
cashew nut
Alors, dans ces
beverages.
produits-là, il y a très peu de cajou et très peu d'amandes.
So, and I really think there are very few, there's actually small quantity of the product in those beverages, so very little cashew nuts and all that. So, and these dairy substitutes, right now we're looking at soya for the most part across the world, 54%, 30% for almonds.
C'est l'inverse, totalement.
And it's exact opposite in the US.
Une gamme gourmand et végétale.
So you have Andros, who's launched a range of gourmet and plant-based. So milk substitutes, dairy substitutes, mostly in Western Europe, but you can see Asia advancing as well. There are a lot of lactose intolerant folks over there, so lots of launches in South America as well.
Donc le type de produits, je pense que vous les connaissez.
I think you're familiar with these types of products.
Des simples boissons végétales,
we go beyond plant-based. We have prebiotics, probiotics added in, fermented beverages, similar to yogurt. We can't use the word yogurt, but they call them kogurts, with coconut milk. And you have cashew gorts, like cashew nut and yogurt, cashew gort.
Beaucoup d'offres.
So a lot of products out there.
So
the plant-based beverages, you can see, everyone's jumping on board, but it started out as a very small market, so 100% is not a lot. It's more, right, but it's not a huge amount compared to what we had in the past, which is very little.
Aux USA, un marché des boissons végétales, là par contre,
in the US, the plant-based beverages, over $2 billion. Almonds, 64% over the past 5 years. That's a lot.
Le soja n'est qu'à 13%.
Soya, 13%. Coconut, 12%.
Évidemment, le soja aux États-Unis.
So soy in the US, it's GMO, right? It's genetically modified. So people who are looking for these types of products, organic or plant-based, their first motivation is really to consume bio-organic over in the States is to avoid the GMOs. So that makes it problematic for soya. So quinoa, chia, hemp, so you can produce these beverages with any type of superfood. So here's the famous cashew drink, oat drink, omega in India. So you can see you have omega-3. These are just many examples here. So that's the fermented product. We can't say yogurt, right? Cultured coconut milk you can from Trader Joe's. Grec, the Greek-style yogurts had a huge upswing in the US, like the Danio, the Yobas here. What's taking up the space there? That's we had this here, and we saw that here in the trade show. This is something that will be coming in here as well. So higher protein yogurts, lower fat, maybe with calcium added. Okay, they're not just meat and dairy substitutes. We'll be seeing many products that are veggie, or veggies. You've got the energy ball there, made by nuts and dried fruits, or you can have cheese substitutes as well. Nature-moi. So to replace cheese, you have to have a lot of texturing, and it's coconut oil usually that produces that. So not all that natural, and so not in line with the natural trend.
Donc, est-ce que ça veut dire qu'on sera tous
so ice cream and many other things. Okay, now, are we all going to be vegan in 2050? We saw the huge increase in the market and the products. If we look at the barriers, there's the idea of natural products that competes with these types of products. Animal-based products are in 3/4 of France's carts. Shopping carts, that's not changing. So vegan products are in addition to what we've been eating so far. A controversy coming up, but if as regards the residue, pesticide residue in the fruits and veggies, so vegetables, that would be a barrier to vegan products. Remember, in the US,
qui sont le plus liés avec des intoxications alimentaires non mortelles, ce sont les légumes à feuilles.
things like spinach, lettuce, and that those are the ones with the most absorption of pesticides. If we look at strictly vegan, would it be better for the planet, as these associations are claiming? Let me look at these California almonds that are drying up all of the aquifer, intense industrial farming. That doesn't really sound better for the planet. And health-wise, we know that if you go immediately to a vegan diet, then people are lacking, they have deficiencies, B12 and many other vitamins for children and especially pregnant women. Now, the question is it better, is it more interesting to be vegan? You know, the study that I often quote is a CIRAD, so these are people who were suggested, people who were asked to give us advice on better eating healthier and taking more care of the planet between now and 2050. What should we do agriculturally? What should we plant? What production should be set up better for people, better for the planet? And the conclusion was, well, they pointed out that a diet with greater plants, and it wasn't necessarily better for the planet. And they said, well, okay, if we give you recommendations, we can't tell you what the consequences will be to the planet or to your health. So the best thing is for us to not give you recommendations, because we don't know what the consequences will be. So basically, they just sort of said, sort it out yourself. Okay, we're going to sort it out ourselves, right? So okay, of course, there's the gap between what people say and what they actually do. The typical example is, okay, here we are, look at two trends here in MAID, that's healthy food and healthy planet. I keep saying that people want to be more aware, take better care of their health, and they do get the connection between eating better and being healthier. But the thing is, the product launched in France had the most success over the past 10 years. That's been Nutella. Nutella Be Ready. So you see, is that good for your health? I don't know. People say they want to pay attention to what they're eating. They want to be careful. They want to eat more this, that, and the other. But do they? People fight for the Nutella on sale for €1.70 on promo. So, but 70% of the people do, 74% of the people do consume it regularly.
And more than half of protein is still animal sourced. There are plant-based alternatives which gives variety, but very often they're less interesting, even nutritionally speaking. So the veggie burger, it's not only natural, but there's lots of salt and additives in there, and that's not necessarily better for my health. So we've got this Foodinov study, which said that it was commissioned by ING. They said in 2025 there's going to be a drop of 3.5% of meat consumption, which is massive in relation to what we consume today. When you question consumers about the best proteins for your health, or at least the perception of the impact of such or such a protein on my health, you get almonds, they've done really well. Californian market is 12 points, no problem there. Almond, hazelnuts, pulses, egg protein, and then down at the end you've got insect protein, milk protein, meat being towards the bottom, but before pea protein, for instance, or collagen, or chia, because people don't know it, they don't know it yet. But health-wise, once again, there's egg or even chicken protein, which is better placed sometimes than some vegetable proteins. So it could be antinomic for that reason. In the new animal proteins, of course, there are two sources, which are insects and
un horizon très long.
So a very long horizon you've got here. The first in vitro burger.
Bon, celui-là, il a coûté 250 000
It cost 250,000 euros to make that burger. So you can say that the industrial phase isn't here yet, but they're saying it'll be ready in 3 years. They need to get the new food approval, because novel food, of course, is everything that's not been consumed in Europe, but that was eaten regularly before 1997, just to make sure it was safe. Not only will it be ready in 3 years, but they wanted to have the vegetarian label. So a burger from stem cells, maybe it'll be vegetarian. I find that difficult to believe, but there you go. And then, of course, you've got insects, which are banned, and which are there's novel food. They're going to be authorized. What the experts in the European Commission are looking at is just to make sure that the conditions, what conditions they can be used in. If you look at crickets, it's quite close in animal variety to crustaceans. So if you're allergic to crustaceans, there's a fair chance you're going to be allergic to crickets. And you need to know, you need to add it on the list of allergens. Next thing is the poor old cricket has got a little hook on the end of its leg, so if you just eat it like that with a little hook, or if you don't process it in a certain way, maybe it might be damaging for your intestines. I don't know, I mean, it's just, they need to study the question to see whether you should just have, whether you can eat them whole, or what process there will be to consume them. But we will be eating them, that's certain. There's more than 10 billion, there's 2 billion people eating insects, so why shouldn't we? So there will be conditions, though. And then, in the hindrances of the maybe the ephemeral side of things is that already in the US, you've got National Restaurant Association that's got its top 10 of what's hot. 69% of the chefs said that the big trend is a return to meat and of old races, open air, with the cheap cuts and things like this. So that's their trend for 2018, with everything which is courgette spaghetti, things like this, and cauliflower rice, vegetable burgers as well, veggie burgers as well. But meat is back. So as I was saying, anyway, it's like wine. It'll be the best quality, and maybe consume less of it, but enjoy it. And then maybe the day will come, but summer's coming, the barbecues are going to be coming out, and the veggie burger will be less present, I think. So, looking back at this quality, Innova said between 2011 and 2016, meat products with claims for grass-fed, things like this, 14%. The whole animal well-being stuff, that's up 14%. And farm,
la viande qui est élevée dans une ferme, progressait de 18% par an. Donc pour conclure, et si je reprends ma question de départ, c'est vrai qu'on a tous les feux ouverts pour les produits.
You've got everything there for this green light for plants, scientists who said it's going to be better for health, animal well-being, the environment, and so on. There's threat in the market, environmentally. If you've got intensive culture, there's going to be deforestation as well. Problems of pesticides. Animal protein is still present. Animal products is still present in 2050. And we're going to have to think again about overall about feeding the 11 billion people who are going to be in 2050. So think about the organization of what's happening, and urban agriculture, circular economy, things like that. Lots of things which are coming, and there's going to be reorganization, and
Alors, Greenpeace, de son côté,
meat will be part of this. So Greenpeace recently cut consumption of meat for they say that a reduction of 50% in production and consumption of meat and dairy product is necessary for the planet and the health of people. It's got to be roughly 57 kilos per year per inhabitant in 2030, whereas today you can see that it's almost 100 kilos worldwide. In the US, they're at 150 kilos, and for meat, 24 kilos per inhabitant per year. We're 88 in France, that's for 2030, and 50% less again, or 16 kilos in 2050. So that's probably going to come, not at those levels, those drastic levels, but we won't all be vegan. We'll stay omnivorous, but the balance, there'll be a balance which we need to find. And some are going to rise, others are going to fall, and we'll stay omnivorous in 2050. So that's my vision of things. Thank you for your attention. Any questions if you have any? So I know it's late. No questions? Okay. So all the conferences that you saw are available on the site afterwards. If you want to get in touch, please get in touch if you can't get it off the site, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.